And certainly Cambodian preschool children do have a lot of dental problems. In fact, a survey some years ago showed that the average 6-year-old child in Cambodia has 9 decayed teeth, and that's almost a world record. Hello everyone, my name's Dr. Callum Durward. I'm a pediatric dentist originally from New Zealand, and I've been working here in Cambodia for about the last 12 years. If you look, for example, at Singapore, those children at age 6 only have about 1 decayed tooth. So the problem in Cambodia is a very big problem, and we all need to think about why is this such a big problem and what can we do about it. Yes, as I said, in Singapore, in Thailand, in Malaysia, the levels of dental caries or tooth decay are much lower than here in Cambodia. So it's of great concern because tooth decay can really affect young children. It can affect their health and their development. So it's something we need to be concerned about. Not really. In fact, dentists believe that the primary teeth or the baby teeth are very important. Children who have a lot of tooth decay, they often have pain, they get infections in their mouth, they can't eat properly, and sometimes they can't even sleep. So it's very important to look after those teeth, because just leaving them to rot and become very decayed can lead to very important unwanted consequences. Another reason to look after the baby teeth is because if you have bad baby teeth and they have to be removed early, then you can get what's called space loss, where the teeth move together and then there's not enough space for the new permanent teeth to come up, and then you're going to need orthodontic treatment, which, as we all know, is very expensive. So saving the baby teeth is very important. There are many ways that we can prevent tooth decay, and before we mentioned that difference between children in Singapore and children in Cambodia, one of the big differences is water fluoridation. And in Singapore and Hong Kong and Vietnam and many countries around the world, the government puts fluoride into the drinking water, just in very small amounts, and that gives the teeth very good protection. But we don't have that here in Cambodia, unfortunately. So prevention, there are other ways we can prevent dental caries. One of them, obviously, that everyone knows, is by brushing every day. And dentists recommend that children right from the age of 1 year old should be brushing their teeth with a soft toothbrush and toothpaste twice a day. So that's starting from before the age of 1. And of course, for children under 5, it's the parents who should be doing the brushing, and they should keep brushing their children's teeth until they're about 6 years old. So brushing twice a day with a fluoride toothpaste. So some toothpaste don't have fluoride. So you've got to find a toothpaste that has at least 1,000 parts per million of fluoride, which is a good amount of fluoride. For preschool children, it's recommended that just have a smear of toothpaste or a small pea size of toothpaste on the brush. don't put too much on the brush, because preschool children often swallow the toothpaste and we don't want them to swallow too much. So brushing is very important. Another way that we can prevent dental caries, and perhaps the most important way, is by avoiding having too many sweet things to eat and drink. Children who snack on a lot of sweet foods like cakes and biscuits and sweets and chocolate, they often get a lot of decay. The other thing is sweet drinks, and we know now that kids love sweet drinks. They're readily available, they don't cost a lot, but sweet drinks can also lead to a lot of decay. So for young children, we recommend that they should drink mainly water and plain milk. That's going to help them prevent caries. With very young children, another concern is their infant feeding practices. For example, a child who goes to bed with a bottle, they tend to get more caries, especially if that bottle feeding carries on until the child is 2 or 3 or 4 years old. If they're sleeping on the bottle at night, that often leads to dental caries. So our advice is, if you're having a bottle after age 1, don't sleep with it at night. That will help to protect from dental caries as well. There are a few young children, who may have a breastfeeding habit that goes on for many years, and sleeping on the breast at night can also sometimes lead to this type of tooth decay that we see in young children. So our advice for parents is, after the age of 1, if you are continuing to breastfeed, which is a good thing, try to avoid the breastfeeding on demand at night time and just breastfeed during the daytime. Yes, we do. In fact, Roomchang Dental Hospital has 2 specialist pediatric dentists, myself and Dr. Chanto. In Cambodia, there are only 3 pediatric dentists in the whole country, so Roomchang is lucky to have 2. And there are other dentists here as well who do treat a lot of children and treat them very well. So we have almost everything that the overseas dentists might have in their own countries. Some of the treatments that we do include things like crowns for primary teeth. We have all the filling materials, and we can provide good treatment for the children. We also have what we call nitrous oxide sedation, or happy gas, where children can breathe in through a little mask on their nose, a special gas that will make them feel relaxed and reduce their anxiety. So sometimes for children that can be very helpful as well. I think I've covered most of those services that are provided for young children. We also can provide some of the orthodontic treatment that children need, sometimes at an early age, sometimes when they're a bit older. We provide a lot of preventive services as well. We've already talked about applying fluoride to the teeth, and there's another type of fluoride that we can use where there hasn't been a cavity yet, but the fluoride will help prevent a cavity. We also provide fissure sealants, and this is a special plastic coating on the molar teeth, the permanent molar teeth that come up when the child is about 6 or 7, and that special plastic coating will help to prevent any decay on those back teeth, which are so important. Yes, well, we've talked about a lot of things today, but the most important is prevention. Children need to come and see the dentist from the age of 1 year old. We love seeing young children. because then we can check that there's no problems developing. We can talk to you, the parents, about how to look after their teeth, and we can put them on a recall so they come every year and have a checkup. They also get used to coming to the dentist and they don't develop any fear. So that's one important thing. I think also the toothbrushing at home twice a day, and parents should be doing this for their children under 6 years old with a fluoride toothpaste, very, very important. And having a diet that's low in sugar. That will mean the child is not likely to develop any tooth decay. So those are the real take-home messages for today. Thank you.